That's the spirit of HARKONNEN. Without the floating globes. So here we go. I feel like one with him now, right now. Let's do it.
Transcript for the TV show. It's HARKONNEN.
Wait. My bad. My bad once again. There we go. That's better, I think. We'll see.
Transcript for the TV show It's Harkonnen, a baby to themed home and garden TV show hosted by Baron Vladimir Harkonnen.
Wait. You're a little fast. Because you don't like. Because you don't like it.
Transcript for that TV show It's Harkonnen, an LGBT themed home and garden TV show hosted by Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Harkonnen. Happy Pride, citizens of the Emperor Shaddam IV. Baron Harkonnen wishes to employ many gestures of good faith and tips for Pride Month filled with social cohesion for you and your family, protected under the kindly purview of Throne. I'm broadcasting to you as always in my surprisingly undisclosed bunker in the volatile regions of GD Secondus, so that our tips to make your Pride festivities are broadcast without disruption. During the month leading up to Pride, folks are able to attend any number of readings and panel discussions regarding newly unearthed records of LGBT history, or that new book from famed queer writers of every stripe. This always makes me wistful, for going out and sitting amidst my subjects to take in culture comes with its fair share of liabilities. If I had a denary for every time a writer took it upon themselves to leap in the path of me, my assassin, and his sonic blade, I'd be able to wash a load of my linens if I had a mind to it. So, to help avoid such liabilities, 'tis the season when your dear Baron hosts his fair share of salons. Bring the culture to the Baron under the protection of our no-reading room, a very intimate venue, with the lively discussion and chill session of indulgence well into the sunrise. Why, we may begin planning to the debut ascended Pride Party all the way up until October. As you may remember this summer, our beloved and beloved, His Majesty Newadip visited during my Pride Month before. We felt, at last, 'twas time the dear Baron would be able to watch my favorite dance partners take center stage before who attend. As we watched our two great dancers, oh what a night! And be we saw all around us, all be they noble serfs, officers of Chone and of San. Well, there is none but nary a person, unmoved in watching few fear, Howat and Eliot. A small and delicate doll, much like the one our blessed Fremen artisans provide. Just like the Ginia would have, few fear Howat taking the center stage with a most elegant, haunting rendition of the Dune Descent will. His eyes never off the dainty Eliot, and I have, at last, the greatest pairings to enjoy far into sunset's warm bath upon our sun-beaten world. No doubt many among you heard whispers and reports during pre-Pride of the very fashionable Light of Grieving. Are they friends? Rivals? Wyatt seems a bit of a scoundrel at time when dancing, though upon meeting he proved a charming dear one of grace and charisma. Any mother would hope their little ones would associate, and I found no end to kindness from any feminine others we, when together, spoke openly with. We shared as much insight as I, now, is allowed to offer. With only 20 minutes remaining of its Harkonnen, not enough time for you to join us to ask your questions or give a standing ovation. And indeed, some came to me quietly after to ask the very best recipes for any wine fit to the occasion, none doubting our kitchen would supply much the choice. And one or two inquired regarding other festivities where there may be chance to stand, a chance to work the gate across the dance floor. For one still is always left wanting and needing more. How we wait on every second until that song is in front of our feet just begins. Next season is so very high up in the air. At times we are certain how another half hour passeth afar. But 'tis by no feat, as the dear Thufir would attest. Our great Duke is a perfectionist, to be admired when it comes to our costume designers dressing those willing for our audience to stand on. An ever more devoted light in the full flourish of black, and dear Paita, no less prone to try just a bit harder. To dress so well in a black robe of gauze and matching trim to go about all they did before we set and played the sets. My beautiful, good firm and artists each and all and much obliged, deft fingers doing no end to tricks and little of much or less deference toward the coming by. If and you might not yet the chance, send please someone to fetch you a thing to hang around any neck of these fine clothes you pick for display. Surely you can do it all once while shopping again in another. By next week, so my darling, go write us a time. The newest design with its custom of bright fans is surely in every place. People near town center or taking a look-see then, and maybe a buy with barter, and many wishing the fine word and the proper dress of Thufir and light might touch one day upon the sweet deserts of desert. This by and by, this should only cause them all need to dance on with all as before. And away with children, thank you very much. The Baron tries to instigate a pillow fight. You didn't say goodbye. Don't be rude again. But no, my citizens, in honor of pride, I offer this with no charges, to serve as a token of my appreciation for all of you who offer me such a glorious view of the planet I so love. There is nothing like pride, the true spirit of Gus, and giddy, living and loving in times not afraid, regardless of the Emperor's stance. After all, every human, even one who has killed at the drop of a hat, and to their glory, can experience pride. For pride, be gay or straight, be alone or in the shadow of another, you too, my darling, lovely creatures, can experience a sense of belonging not only now, but always wherever love is in need. For pride, regardless of anything else, means forever and evermore being the absolute best you can be. Stay true, love unabashed, be fierce, good night and blessed be. Von Viper Vorprofen and me, Chain Knocker and Guided Key, Swellneck.
Alright. Let's see, let's take this to another level here.
HARKONNEN. Happy Pride, citizens of the Emperor Shaddam IV. Baron Harkonnen wishes to employ many gestures of good faith and tips for Pride Month filled with social cohesion for you and your family, protected under the kindly purview of Chom. I'm broadcasting to you as always in my surprisingly undisclosed bunker in the volatile regions of GD Secondist so that our tips to make your Pride festivities are broadcast without disruption. This episode, we have decided to do a Vogue Ball. Tonight's theme, Space and Guild Realness. Follow my models as they walk down the floor. How shall you measure how real a person is? Would you judge it on how they give money to Chom and spend lots and lots of a certain shady organization known as the Cult of Viewing? I hope not. My fashion consultants have brought me the latest finds from Guild Embassy Hall, which in fairness I haven't bothered to set up for months. Tell me, Goldbrender, tell me which style of the Emperor's paternal majesty have you chosen to show off? Goldbrender, yes. Harkonnen. This robe, I realize, seems dour and sad. The colors seem underappreciated to the naked eye, but when you appreciate the complexity and difficulty involved in threading iridescent light blues and white contrast, it makes for good sense and is a very appropriate accent if anything needs decoration. Esco, what? An outfit. Esco, thank you. Yes, this interesting tie clasp. A simple and classical pattern shape. Do you hear them clashing gently against each other? An odd style? It's soft yellow. Why only a select few dandies may be seen these sorts of gems. Rare, even if a little pastoral in imagery. Even then the eye discernment it is acquired, but most definitely does not go unnoticed or out of view if what were we to refer to someone highly educated in the highness. Listen, only look the quality. This very gown looks, unlike most silk and embroidered clothing, are normally woven with long fibers gathered. Just look at the deep, subtle, rich blue depths. Your eyes catch the finest shimmers caught by light, yet feel the substance when you push down along the fine curve. You can sense the soft, gentle yield of comfort. When there is a slight tug of stiffness showing its well-threaded pattern design, but never so much it alters the natural curve and length of a natural sartorial beauty. Look at those two patterns from this angle. Is it a giant elephant from some planet you haven't the slightest about? Next theme, Buttery and Jihad Realness. Harkonnen. Hello, citizens. May Baron Harkonnen entertain with another season of our broadcast exclusively on the Chom airwaves on channels known. As it is once again time to launch some home garden tips, butter and bread segment to spice out some more flavor in our lives this Pride. This time, it's Nymph Machine 9000. Order yours now, guaranteed to provide 3 months of action straight. All you have to do is just plug it in the socket, charge up, and the machine's AI chip adjusts automatically depending on how you prefer to get intimate with yourself. Oh wait, Baron Harkonnen's model walked all the way here from the very depths of Chom headquarters and will demonstrate its usage for any Chom benefactor tuning in. BRO. Here's another chance to win the Calimerian Plum during this segment! Model. I noticed it had a very shiny and oiled exterior. The way it moved its coils at an absolutely rapid rate, shooting such creamy, sweet goop. Goodness, they had all started to melt. Such a simple action like plugging a socket and turned my entire routine upside down. I am so glad to have spent time testing this one out on a loyal Harkonnen brand of consumer. Only the Baron could have had such influence and wisdom to bring me something as ingenious as this. I cannot give away too much about it, but I think the very essence of its quality can reveal itself if one were to simply submit oneself to what would be the right words? Experiencing total body connection with the infinite potentials and sensory delights packed inside something the size of an easily manipulated robot, even a key we cannot touch. Now I understood why the bazaars whispered the myth and so-called holy ritual pertaining to how these could awaken your wild side and be fulfilled like I hadn't seen in days after having paid off seventh partisan. Let's do an impromptu show here on a personal line of Baron. We now go to GD Prime with our new correspondent, Trainee Tart, who is in costume apparently. Trainee Tart. Hello, my Emperor. What I have here are some new samples and hints picked by an agent specifically prepared for your upcoming wedding party, to which the Prince Apparent may be well prepared with not inconsiderable intelligence and fieriness for a spying brat. Here are the new and utterly most important hairstyles for Emperor Shadow. Always that lemmiest curl as you fool, I was sent with actual hair accessories. Oh yes, I see it's indeed an imperial crest. We came straight from HALLEUJAH. Alas, no, we don't like men anymore. Since when did politics overstep beauty and womanhood? The news about wedding was simply told, but should a very true fact bear false rumor. It turns out when the princess promised years and years to an empire, often they just stay. Barony? Should we even have all the power here on Prime Sources? Formal dress like with the corset ladies tend to overlook without mentioning. But we couldn't forsake all the things that I truly worry are in dire cases that will take months to clean. And I didn't even begin to get into how so many families pay enough income for the very food to not freeze, as to lose it while eating has their only daughter. That was when she got the fever, and she froze quite suddenly, much like anything they say about her age. Next theme, Benny Gesserit, Reverend Mother Realness, HARKONNEN. Now, my citizens, I recognize if I am biased, I cannot judge for their recent intercessions spying with a royal decree or another, but have those monks always dressed so dandy and fabulous? Whatever is the story to tell. The fabric so fine, so delicate like tissue paper, and that smell. And did I see you wince? You made a move so quick, like a lecherous perv ready to pounce on my models. How insidious and sly you can be with your intentions. There's really no use trying to be anything but fully transparent if we know you will do whatever to get ahead of the plot. Am I right? It's okay, I forgive you. This must be part of the holy tradition at play, and so many others we should avoid offending if we cannot be found ignorant of their traditions. So instead of fighting and biting or ripping off our shirt, let's take a moment to listen and learn from the nonsense. Oh, take their peace and comfort with you. May Baron HARKONNEN entertain to his viewers as it's high time he give his models some appreciation on the latest style of makeup. It's called what now? My goodness, there's a whole palette of colors I've never seen before. Come now, show us your technique of... HARKONNEN shall return tomorrow, my citizens. Please feel free to ask any questions or use the order form and seal. One last thing, Night of 1,000 Duncan Idahos. Cadres, hello my dear citizens. Have we pulled out your curiosity yet with today's episode about self-expression and learning in this one? Your thoughts could be good to share. How about we pick the best question and shout out one viewer who will receive a prize of 50,000 credits for revealing their identity before our broadcast ends. Conrad, I'm sure that the shocking dunk will speak to the hearts of people of whatever ham and what now. Like a wave of rising glory. One day we shall master this subject as our dear sweet Funstone a dozen thorns, but we must move forward. Yappy. Oh, Baron, no matter how tall you grow, it appears to me that not your name shall save this. With time, seasons pass through where it looks rather bland. Just a curious mistake if the walls are too solid to paint. Colloquially, I propose to toast to grape juices from various fruits from the latest cultivation techniques spread all over these parallels. All can come and celebrate my most lovely show's great success and cheering for what's ahead. Not to make you feel too far behind, but you'd have no way of knowing our passion or intensity. So, back off before I reveal another trick of the shadows. Sharna, my sweet dears, I thank you all for your support. Look at this show which began small, nothing more than a lonely camera. But look at it now, becoming a voice of sanity and justice on a new channel with colors that are so glorious in one complete masterpiece. A vision quest for a family to love. Thank you, thank you. How lucky to meet you all and see your journey along with mine unfold into such sweet, delicious flavor. But what story is not told without so much struggle to bring? Why there's still so much of the evening which lingers without. Harkonnen. Hello, my dear Mugochu people. Thank you again for tuning in for another season of The Worms of Eden, our popular show here about life lessons from various worms. When it comes to an emperor's wrath, it's not merely out of vainglory or because he simply was bored when it meant sending such an enemy to be erased. Without a second thought, it's natural some such activity should involve the daily motions as a general of humanity. How lovely it should be for a great plan to expand and flourish under it. And even though you may recall that great battle, the one where two armies faced each other, neither could stand, where they scared the machine would explode if a shard of earthstone broke. Well, one had enough imagination to know to conquer, in a way, and put each of these would gain in its own way. You would even hear the thundering chants about HARKONNEN calling, my dear citizens, as it echoes across this universe. I shall crush GD under my armies. All citizens under me will learn how important worshipping me is. He kept banging at his table, such impudence, but seeing how he could achieve everything of human interest made it fall into a sense of futility, as opposed to him failing or giving me reason to. Crush GD next. What the Emperor was not saying at that time. So he said, hey, well, let's think logically, and all we need to keep ourselves informed is to know where trouble started to develop, for then might start thinking at length. At great cost, Whitaker gained some time, with fresh insights in the works. Yet I give it then back to citizens. At that moment, any foolishness wasted money. Must return our minds first to proper thoughts like most logical behavior or risk embarrassment from the past. Let's wrap it up, Baron. All right. So I bid farewell for the evening. Good luck with that, Emperor. Farewell, dear nobles, both fair in love and war. Now I say, wouldn't it be fun to organize the occasional garden party and have some chips or sliders and light beer? See what you're dealing with. Remember us for a special episode or reminder that not all was lost with a bunch of rebels and not even all found out alive or in one place. We'll give it all our attention and energy, not like these other distractions on the screen.